morning, everyone. How's it going? I am Damien, or D-Machine. I am the Dungeon Master for the group known as 66, or the Broken Misfits, as I think they're calling themselves as the party. Um, but today, we're going to spend the next 2 hours, 2.5 hours, um, breaking down the the next 2 hours of episode 4. Um, and so let's real quick a recap of what happened in the first 2 hours. Um, and I guess before I go into this, if you just started watching this and you haven't watched up to episode 4, um, there might be spoilers in what I'm about to say. Go ahead, jump off this video, go check out the first breakdown, part 1, or even just check out the whole video. With checking out the whole video, you can basically listen to it without me interrupting you or talking over parts. But so in the first video, the group finally made it to Altanova, and they talked with Cedric and Otar, and Dandy kind of got themselves into some trouble with the ringleader of the pit. But in the first part of this, they finally took their long rest after like 2 sessions worth of a single day for them. They woke up to finding that the bar had a kitchen fire, and they met some vendors. Dandy got a bag of colding. They each bought some mystery meats that would allow them to speak and hear in different languages, which is certainly cool. I wish we had that in real life. And let's see what else. Very ostentatious halfling seller traded shields with Connor the paladin, and Dandy bought himself a cheetah dragon. All before breakfast. They spent well over 1,000 gold. The cheetah dragon was 1,000 gold. But they found their way to a little restaurant in Altanova named Ramsey's, and Connor's steak got stolen from him by something that they don't know what it was. They couldn't see it in time to figure out where it came from, but it was like a purplish, pinkish tendril that came up from behind him, stole his steak, and disappeared just as quickly. From there, they're trying to figure out where to go next, and they decided that they were going to go see Avet, and he is a gem enchanter in the city of Altanova, very similar to the gem that Connor has on his Pt.2 Corbin, as well as Creorn on his bow that allows him, a fighter, to cast Hunter's Mark. So let's see how the party wants to spend the rest of their money, and see what type of trouble they get themselves into. So without further ado, let me hit play.
Further down the path, you guys can find Avet's. Where would you guys like to go first? Or we can split up to whatever you guys want.
I'm following on this journey because yeah.
Okay.
I would just go to Avet's.
Avet's, okay.
I have
Start by going to Avet's.
Okay. So you guys, Avet's is very easy to identify. He has large, like 1 square foot sized gems on these pedestals in the window, and then he's also
1
got
foot.
like
Those are
large
those are
gems.
bigger than the whole diamond. These things are.
It's not a boulder. It's
Like you would think that these are like heavily polished like thunder eggs and something like that. Like he's obviously not picking these things up and taking them out of their window.
Right.
They're also not so valuable that he cares if someone tries to break in and take it.
They're huge gems. How are they not valuable? But okay.
Thunder eggs are huge.
I guess.
Yeah.
Still, like,
Yeah, no, they're still really cool. They're worth something.
Good morning, everyone.
But
How are you
you
today?
imagine with how much money that the city deals with, it's probably nothing compared to them.
so.
So you guys walk into the doorway, and as the door opens, you guys hear a ding. You walk in. There's a little bell above the door, and there's a very finely dressed elven male sitting behind a corner, or not behind a counter, and he's got these glasses on that have like 3 scopes out, and he's kind of messing with some small hand tools, and he kind of looks up. Oh, welcome in. Welcome. How can Avet help you?
You got magic gems, right?
Look around.
I will look around.
Wall to wall. You know what? You probably haven't. You guys ever walked into like the body jewelry store at the mall?
Yeah.
No.
I don't go to the body jewelry store.
Okay, so the
No.
yeah. So basically, everything that's above like 4 feet are wall cases, and you see hundreds of small stones varying in sizes and colors, engravings, and then on the like 4 feet down, you see like glass shelves of
I'll be right back.
of even more stones varying in sizes and colors and shapes.
Do they have labels at all, or is it just a bunch?
They have labels in Elvish, yeah.
I'll walk around and read those.
You start reading them. It takes you a minute, but you find a couple of ones that you recognize, and they are just names of spells.
Do they look about the same size as what might fit into?
You find some that match about the same size.
Is there a price tag, or is it just label of their names?
They vary, yes. They have price tags, and they vary.
Are we talking like 700s or like hundreds, like 150?
The lowest that you've seen going through there is 200 gold.
Okay.
Good sir, you have any revived gems?
Revive is a spell, right?
Yes, revivify.
Revivify is the actual spell. However, we don't have a player. Do you have any gem that you just smash into someone's chest and bring them to life? Is basically what you're saying. Homebrew ideas.
Not taking his eyes up from the small thing that he's working on. He goes, yes, I should. Or I can have another one made if it does not suit your needs.
How much?
What level is Revive?
That's a 3rd level.
A 3rd level. So. Okay. Third
Okay.
third level necromancy. Is it a concentration spell?
No, it just takes
Or
you
anything.
back. It takes somebody who's dead back.
Oh, okay.
I think it's a recently. They can get
Yeah, within a minute.
within the last minute.
Yeah. If
Okay.
They have to die with last minute, one action, revive.
Okay. $500 gold.
Oh, sorry. Can I pull from your funds?
Yeah.
I was like, Steve, you're okay. No, he's not.
Just have the dog play with you. Hey, dog. Alright, we're doing good.
Yeah.
Probably.
You know, the kind of things. You buy one, I buy one?
That's not what I think. I might get money.
Well, do your thing.
How much gold do you have?
What?
How much gold do you have?
Remember, I help him with his funds.
I can pull up your character sheet.
Yeah, so I don't have to tell you.
How much did you have?
1477.
Oh, okay. I heard 122, and I was like, have you not been marking down your gold? You definitely have more than that. Okay, you're fine.
I have been showering them with money.
Okay, sorry, Mark. There was something going around, or going down outside the apartment I had to go deal with.
No problem. So Dandy asked Avet if they have a revive stone, and he responded with 500 gold.
Okay.
Find your thing, see what it is, we'll look at the difference. 2 on standby, please, sir.
Okay.
What about combat gems?
All gems can be combat if you throw it hard enough. You must be more specific than that.
I'm gonna pull out my bow and show him the gem that's on my bow.
He
Something that could be socketed in this.
looks up and sees the gem. I remember that. It was many years ago. What would you want to replace it with? He goes back to messing with the piece of jewelry.
I'm not sure yet. I like this gem. Something else might be needed. I was just wondering what options there are.
Oh, yeah,
I can find almost every spell available. I can enchant at many levels and many spells.
Okay, I need to do some research then, hold on.
Okay.
Unless somebody in the party can think of a couple potentially useful spells that might be decently fitted into a bow, like logically.
For a bow.
Someone on
Volley of arrows. Or what's it? There's a couple ranger spells that spring to mind.
Volley of arrows, that's the one where you put the arrows into the ground, right?
this is out of here.
That's cordon of arrows.
Oh.
I'm thinking of a different spell where you shoot one arrow in the sky and it splits in its tail.
Fun fact, we have a ranger in my campaign who has a mimic arrow. He doesn't know it's a mimic. This mimic has special ability of arrows taking on characteristics. This motherfucker took it to an armory shop and put it in another barrel of arrows. Magic arrows.
Oh no.
And he's coming in the next day to take it all.
So the mimic just has magic properties now.
Yeah.
So as you guys are kind of looking around, like these gems are so many different colors, so many different engravings. If anyone's ever even like looked at any wizarding books or read a lot, like you see that like some of the engravings are writings from the different schools of wizarding, and the colors seem to be kind of loosely in combination with the color of the gems. The necromancy stuff kind of varies between like a deep green to a deep purple. A lot of spells that you're probably looking for are either light greens and golds. But it all varies. You also find, among all of the other gems, you find the gems that Dandy and Revelor have, that have the two pins, the diodes that go inside of it. And at this point, as you guys are all kind of looking around and checking everything out, he pulls his glasses up and sets them down and walks over, and you watch as he's got one on each side of the counter, and then there's one behind him. As you see, as he moves around, these gems with the diodes emanating a black bit of magic, just all secluded into this gem. And as he walks up over to it, the third diode that is on the bottom, he presses it down, and you watch as the two other diodes pull out from each other, and the spell goes away, and the gem returns to a the gem returns to like a purple, and then it goes back over to the other two and does the same thing, and each gem goes back to a purple. And he picks the ring up and kind of holds it up, looks at it, and you see it's kind of glowing, just as all the rest of the gems are. They have their own like essence. They're all kind of glowing a magical radiance. And he slips it into a drawer. So, how can Avet help you?
Otar's gonna ask for, I'm gonna preface this out of character, I'm not asking any character.
Okay.
If we want something, looking for a gem, that could be put into something
Okay.
without
So you would... Okay, because I know vaguely what you have. You don't have any armor that can be that has any sockets, do you?
No.
Okay.
I don't have any armor.
Right. So you would essentially need, like, bracers or something that has a sock.
Or something.
That, yeah. Or like cloaks. Cloaks work too. But so he essentially goes, I can put gems into items that are strong enough to withstand its magic. Common clothing can't withstand it. It quickly gets burned up, especially stuff like leathers, or unrefined metals.
What would I
You would need to find some bracers, or even have some commissioned that allow for a socket for either just like a +1 defense, or even if there was like some sort of spell that some of the other players know about to increase your armor. Like, I don't know what your AC is right now. Is it higher than 15? It is 15? Okay. I was gonna say it'd be really funny for you to like cast mage armor on yourself. But yeah, no, anything like that.
So I need to bring an item to him. Really?
Yes. So he deals with having gems enchanted and installing the gems into items.
So how much? I'm gonna ask him how much would it cost once I have an item. Prove to me.
Installation is free with the purchase of the gem.
How much is the gem?
Depends on which one you like.
Yeah, but
Can
That depends on spell level, the school that it's from.
you have shield?
Yeah. What level is shield?
First level.
First level.
No, it already gives you a +2.
Reactionary when attacked, you can +5 AC.
It's a +5?
Yeah, that's shield.
But it's for just the reaction though. It just increases by 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just for the next round.
Okay. So level 1, abjuration, and it's a reaction. 250 gold.
Will this work? I'm gonna reach it once again back, pull out different types of jewelry, worth 500 gold. Any of these things work?
You're referring for trade or to be enchanted?
Either or.
Is it just various jewelry and gems?
Various jewelry.
can studded leather be? Is it strong enough to hold a gem?
No.
Okay.
Well, let's cover the cost of one of the Revivify gems.
Remove 500 gold.
Yes, it's 500
Oh,
gold.
right, yeah.
You will have to pay me to trade off the rest of those jewels. You throw in 50 gold, and you have a deal. But you will need something to take the power of the gem. They cannot be handled by hands.
What hurts having a smith or somewhere that you could go in town to get something?
Like something made.
Yes.
The past 2 blacksmiths on the way. They might have something.
For clothing, I recommend the Bentham tailors across the street. For armor, I recommend Baraton. Do not waste your time with me, though.
That sucks.
What's up with you, though?
He's a fraud.
Bro.
He sharpens used tools and sells them for the same costs.
Who do you recommend for armor?
Baraton. I would recommend another blacksmith. He's had unfortunate fate and is left Altanova for a while. He was a fine craftsman.
Door.
Giant. Large man. Strong weapons. Beautiful craftsmanship.
I'm gonna have to say out of game. Don't remember. Was everyone there?
Nope.
Nope. Got
No.
it.
And nobody said anything about him.
Got it.
About what?
The guy that gave you your new crow's feet.
Oh, yeah.
The guy.
I wasn't there for that.
That was
Yeah.
me.
That was just you.
Because that was my first name thought too. Was like, oh.
Yeah, so he's recommending Baraton. He's saying
Oh, was that the guy's name?
no.
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 He's recommending Baraton. He says, "Don't go to
Evo.
Mevo.
Oh,
He's a
Mevo
fraud."
was the guy who I.
No,
No.
Mevo is a fraud.
Who the freak was I trying to push?
Doran Morgren.
Doran, that was his name. I was trying.
And he's explaining that he,
Was a great blacksmith.
That's weird.
yeah, he says, "I would recommend another blacksmith, but he is no longer in Altanova. He had a shameful past, and he left with his head down. But he was a fantastic craftsman, did wonderful work with beautiful, he very strong and beautiful shizats." So he's like, without naming names, he's saying, if only we knew where Doran Morgrim was, he could make the best armor ever. Oops.
So like reach into the bag of holding and pull out a new crow's beak. Same guy who made this.
Hot damn it.
Yeah, it looks like my standard one I've been swinging around, but it's like really embellished.
Yep.
And it's a lot shinier than the one that he has. You have a more refined eye for the nicer things. This is silvered.
Hot damn.
That is a quite beautiful piece of work, and is ready for a gem.
It is. That's why I'm here.
I do not know the ways of the blacksmith. I don't know who made that.
There's a Doran. This big guy.
Doran Morgrim.
Yeah.
How is he?
He's doing alright. He's a bit sad. But he's doing alright.
Wait, where did you meet this guy?
Did I feel at all like his location was secret? Or was he just down in the basement because it was better before there?
Nobody ever. Cedric briefly mentioned that someone was stealing his work,
Right.
selling counterfeits, and when he had a champion adorned with his weapons and his armor fight off against another blacksmith, and mid-battle the sword shattered, and Doran could tell that it was replaced because the armor was completely fine.
Good morning, everyone. How are you
But it
today?
wasn't like him.
He's not like hiding,
Right.
but he's doesn't want to be seen.
Right. I'll just say he's still in the city. I met him last night. He gave me this.
Oh, damn.
Fine,
Oh,
craftsman.
Right.
Yeah, you decided to just drink everything away.
I have my own issues I take care of my own way.
Sorry.
A fine craftsman indeed. If you can find him again, I would recommend him over Baratan.
Right then. Yeah, I can show you there. Would be happy to make
Doran.
Doran.
Baratan.
Doran. Would be happy to make something. But yeah. So
I thought you were gonna say something. You had that look like you were gonna say something.
Oh, I'm planning on it, yeah.
I'm still processing. No.
I was waiting for the right moment.
Sure.
what are the prices for protection from good and evil, hex, or shield? Shield is at like 200.
Just the reaction shield.
Yeah.
Shield was 200. Protection from good and evil. What level?
And then it's all first level spells.
All first level. What classes?
Protection from evil gives paladin. There's also
Or not.
It's abjurations.
Abjuration.
Yeah.
200.
And then the hex is, I assume, protection.
Enchantment.
Level 1 enchantment is Hex. Okay. Hex is concentration, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. 300 gold for Hex, the other two are 200. And the gem for Hex is red, while the other two are gold.
See, I'm right on the cusp of money. That if I don't beat my own winnings out of hand, that I buy a gem, I'm not gonna have enough money to buy plaything.
What just happened?
If I get my actual, yeah,
Why
if I
would
get
you
my-
beat it up me specifically?
because I saw that chest and I'm like, that.
That was really strange. Oh, okay, so that's still working. My session cut out. Um, okay. So that's still live. Well, that looks terrible. Huh. Am I still? No? Okay. I don't know what that's about. Well, it looks like I lost lost YouTube. Clicking on that video is just a weird green screen. And Facebook seems to be holding out. And the entire Twitch stream just restarted. Um, dropped frames. Well, the good news is my recording hasn't reset. So I believe that part is all fine. Interesting. Um, well, I have an excellent bit right now without YouTube, so that'll just take some research afterwards, and YouTube will just get the video when I upload. Let's not waste too much time.
Well, he's thinking Otar is gonna grab Dandy
Yep, hi. Oh, I
and
feel like
start
we're going
walking.
somewhere.
Start walking out the door to go across the street to the clothing store, and he's gonna tell them, "We'll be back."
Bye.
It's like, how much you chat
Like, you start tugging him, and it's just as easy as it normally is. And then all of a sudden, you're just like, "Hur!" And then, like, the cheetah's, like, just kind of, like, gets, like, pulled by its paws a little bit. Just like, oh, we're going. And then starts walking with you guys.
Sorry.
These gems, would they be like... The gem I have right now is... I don't believe it has charges. It's just if I'm two-handing it, reaction, I take half non-magical damage. So would these be your spells, or would they be like once a day? Or...
Shield would... Shield would have 3 charges.
Okay.
Hex would have 3 charges. Shield would...
Or...
I need this information.
non-magical damage. So would these be your spells, or would they be like once a day? Or...
Shield would... Shield would have 3 charges.
Okay.
Hex would have 3 charges. And what was the other one?
Protection from evil and good.
Is that concentration as well?
If
it's concentration, it would be 250 instead of...
It is.
Okay, so it would be 250.
Is it more expensive because the concentration being taken up by the gem?
Yes. It's not concentration by you.
That makes it
Same
so
goes
much
for
better.
Hex. And you wanted to ask about your thing, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Well, he's trying to figure out which gem he wants to purchase.
Protection from evil and good would also have 3 charges?
That one's a concentration?
Yeah.
No.
I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what's happening
That would be once per short rest.
Okay.
with my stream.
Hex is 3.
Okay, so Hex is
Very unstable connection.
Does Hex allow you to transfer it over?
So Hex, you can. I guess it depends on
Like Hunter's
what
Mark?
level you're doing it at. Because Hex, the one thing about Hex is that yeah, you can transfer it from person to person.
Okay.
And technically, it would, like, since it's being taken up by the gem, it would last an entire hour. So if we had 2 combats within 1 hour,
Yeah.
You could just because it doesn't state that it doesn't say it has to be transferred when you kill someone. It's just
Right.
after you kill someone who's been hexed, you can on a subsequent turn transfer it to someone else.
Yes.
So-
Now, when you cast Hex,
Okay.
if you casted Hex, if you got this, you would choose.
Okay. Nope, I don't want to do that. Never mind.
Choose what stat that you want to give them disadvantage on, and it cannot change for the duration of that spell. You could cast it again and do a different one,
Gotcha. Okay.
because I think the same thing works for the normal spell.
Exactly.
You choose one stat no matter how many enemies you pick it on.
Yeah, I don't. There's nothing that states it either way, but it makes sense to me that
That-
while you cast it, you choose the stat, and then you're just moving the same spell.
Yeah.
Yeah, choose one ability that you cast.
Yeah.
Sure.
I've never thought of that, but it is worded that way.
Yeah. I will say right before Otar pulls you out, Revelor pulls out that gem that you two have that has those diodes in there,
Oh, yes.
and
Yeah, and you could put a strength disadvantage on it. To knock him from. Anyway, sorry. Yeah. I'll so yeah,
I'm tempted to buy both of these.
I'll produce that gem, and if you tell me I found this gem, tell me it's got some magic.
where did you find that? I did not sell that to you.
No, I found this while exploring.
I want you. I want you. We try to throw more.
Where did you find these?
I mean, I assume that they probably belong to
I'm still being actively pulled out. I think I'm
Oh, you
out
still-
the door
you're
at
still
this
out?
point.
Okay.
I just got out the door.
Yeah, sure.
Well, I assume they belong to the dwarf who tried to kill me and my friends.
Oh. I see. These are an interesting bit of invention. Unlike the rest of my gems, these combine science and arcana.
Hex
You-
tech.
It is hexed.
You may put in a bit of magic and store it. When you are ready to use it, you press in the diodes, and it consists for as long as it is supposed to. 1 minute.
So we can put it together. These are illusionary gems. Up to you to find out. I'm not there.
While you can hold it to cast any spell, these are best for spells that require your full attention. And you can cast a different spell, as it does the whole job for you.
Thank you.
In other words, you can put any spell, including a concentration spell, into the gem, and if it is a concentration spell, it will last the full duration without your concentration.
We have two of these things.
So
He has one and he has one.
and they can be rewritten,
So after use, the spell is expended,
and we can add a new.
and you can add a new concentration spell into it. It is a combination of spell storing as well as concentration.
Is it spells that only we know, or can it be on our prepared?
I mean, I'm guessing we have to put it into it.
I'm guessing if you could find someone,
If you can find
cast
someone to-
a spell into it, for
Yeah.
you could be any spell that they have.
Yep.
So like, if I have a spell that you don't, or you have a spell, or we
Yes.
we probably even have Connor put like
I can put like protection from evil and good. We go fight vampires. You guys just pop those,
Yeah.
and you just have disadvantage hits you.
Right?
Yep.
Or something.
Like,
Or like you could, since I don't have any healing spells, you could put a healing word in mine, and I could have a healing word.
Does it have to be a concentration spell or just any?
It can be any, but they're best used for
Well,
concentration.
yeah, because like you could keep it up and then have your own concentration spell going.
the
Um,
possibilities have just
I
opened.
know.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh
um,
man.
and then so just for full discretion, any spell that you attempt to put in there that casts longer than an action to cast, the stone will have to make its own DC check for each round that it takes for that spell to cast. So it doesn't quicken it.
Yeah, it just
So like if you try to cast Geas or Geese or whatever the fuck it's called, the druid spell that takes like a full minute to, yeah, it's gonna have to make 10 DC checks to
Because it takes 10 minutes to cast.
it takes 1 minute to cast. It's 6.
round is like 6 to 15.
Yeah.
Or 10 rounds. Yeah.
And then he shows you the three stones that he's using. It's like a deep purple. It's like a magenta. Your guys is like a very cloudy green. These stones come in different forms. The different stone type, stone clarity, and material of the diodes all contribute into what level of spell can be put into the stone.
Does this guy clarify the colors of those?
I could, yeah.
So,
Um,
which styles that we have, which spell?
yeah. So right now you guys have a cloudy green gem with iron diodes. So the gems go from rarity: green, blue, purple, orange, and magenta. Clarity is pretty self-explanatory. And then the diodes, iron, aluminum, gold, copper, and silver.
Okay.
And it's quite literally just conductivity.
Right.
Yep. So, and I have my personal little chart that basically so many points for each item has a point.
Yeah.
And the amount of points contribute to what level it can have, and vice versa. Yeah.
Alright.
Do you need more time to make your decision?
Does he have searing cement? It's the first level evocation, bonus action, concentration up to 1 minute. It like basically just lights up my weapon until I hit something, then it gets suspended. Does he have that?
I can get it.
I'm just thinking like if you had like hex or protection of evil is probably the best bet.
Right.
Because hex I don't have. And it increases damage.
Does this
Protection
have-
of good and evil is a down one, but I would free up concentration.
Is it about your item?
It's with the or the gem.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if you can ask.
I mean, you're supposed to be able to figure out how it works through a short rest.
Cool. All right.
So like when you find time, you'll figure it out.
Does it have a range on it?
Whatever the range of the spell is.
Cool. All right. Gotta give you one. I'll put a counter spell with that one. When I get this chance.
Yeah, I mean, basically your guys' next short rest, or even if you wanted, you could have spent some time identifying it the night before.
Yep.
You're putting what into it?
The next highest level wizard I can find. Keep up with counter spell in this channel.
Your
I think I have access to that.
I do too, but
currently your guys' gem is only good for a counter spell. or not counterspell,
Oh, I was gonna say.
is only good for a cantrip
Damn
currently.
it!
Okay.
Alright. Wait, so. Here's a question. It's only good for cantrip, but my cantrip level for Eldritch Blast, I fire 2 gems. If I put the gem with Eldritch Blast, that means I can fire 4 times.
You'd be like Iron Man, like with the Gallagher. Yeah, like these guys watched one of those stones had produce water.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. And like he literally just had it on a shelf. He went in and
Yeah, creators.
yep, and it just created water and poured it into a barrel.
Did I ever check my gem? If it was empty or not?
I think you tried.
Your gem was not charged. It would have been glowing if it
That's
was.
right, because you tried to like activate it and something
Nothing happened.
and, like nothing happened.
Yeah, you pulled the diodes out of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, because other people have stuff that they want to do, we'll come back to you, Ethan.
I'm just debating what to
Yeah,
buy.
right.
I mean, like, Searing Smite would be nice, especially if I had, like, 3 or more charges, because then I could just do more damage. And, like, it lights things on fire. Hex does something. Hex would probably just be better overall than Searing Smite.
Yeah. That's my gem empty as well.
Yes.
I wasn't sure.
Your gem had the illusion on it.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
So when you guys went in, it dispelled it.
That was the gem that was caught. That was caught.
For my viewers on Twitch, are you guys having a lot of connection or
So he
latency
explained
issues?
that to handle the raw gem by itself
It
is very dangerous.
seems to be having
No
a lot
matter
of
what the
issues
spell
on my
is,
end.
you are at high risk of burning yourself. He has been doing this for at least 15 years, and he uses 3 concentration spells, or concentration stones, at the highest rarity of Dispel Magic
How's it going,
to
Twitch?
create a zone of dispelled magic to dampen whatever that spell is so that he can attach it to the item.
Didn't I pull out the red gem of my original? Did I handle that, or did I add to
Mm-mm. It was in there.
that? Okay.
Because the red gem was already in the hammer when you were giving it to when you were
Right.
into it.
I just wondered if I had, like, taken it out and handled it.
Mm-mm.
But, so even if
At least not to my memory.
So even if I bought both of these, I would need to come back to a place to get it changed.
Yes. Now, like, while it could be done by someone with very precise hands of, like, a jeweler, you could imagine that the DC would be relatively high, and the slightest screw-up could... Let's say, if there was a screw-up, best-case scenario is that the gem doesn't work anymore.
Right.
Or, we could be talking about, like, episode 4... No. Episode 1 of Arcane.
Kaboom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes very good. Sometimes very good.
I'm gonna let you think about it, because these guys are going to the tailor, okay?
Go do that thing. I'm
Okay.
just thinking protection.
Okay.
And hacks.
So, you were dragging Dandy and his Cheetah Dragon. Let me know if you come up with a name. Huh?
G2.
G2?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Cheeto.
Cheeto. So you guys head to the tailor's. And there is a gnomish couple, Lucy and Humple, Bentham.
Sit down.
And as you come in, Lucy welcomes you guys. Hello, are you guys new customers?
Hello. Hello. Hi.
Well, hello there.
Get it together,
Right here,
Dandy.
I would like gems for. Oh wait, you want to get bracers for the armor, or you want to buy the armor? This is the clothing shop to get the clothing. Yeah. But to get, we can't just get regular leather or anything because that doesn't work. So we want something that can be magically.
I look at her and be like, I need something to put it down.
Oh, you must be working with Avet.
Across the street, yeah.
Okay. Are we looking for a cloak?
We need something that can fit him, but not obstruct him. He's a good fighter. However, he needs something to help increase his style, emphasize on the pecs to be nice and open. I'm thinking more of a open flannel like shirt, sleeveless to make sure his arms are ripped. If you can rip the sides, make them go off the sleeves, that'd be pretty nice. Along with the idea of being able to emphasize on just the abs and the tightness of it.
Did you hear from the background? What is this guy talking about? Like, shut up, Humble. Listen, dear, I can tell you definitely have a style. I was thinking more along the lines of a belt.
Is he wearing pants, or is he wearing like a fighter?
Like it's kind of like Grog, the animated series. Like he's wearing some sort of pants,
It's like
but it's also like pants with a loincloth.
It's slightly questionable.
And I kind of like pictured like some sort of like a toga.
I didn't.
No, okay. I mean, whatever you're picturing. Are you just walking around shirtless? Yeah, okay.
I kind of thought it's muscle ripped, so I was gonna give him like the Matt Mercer like
Okay.
whatever that jacket he has that has no sleeves and no buttons inside the centerpiece.
I can make a belt with a socketed buckle. Basically, you'd have a belt buckle with a big gem in it.
I don't know. I'm kind of holding on to that shirt. And if you can't add a hood to it, that way when he goes to his like into your inner mode, you can put up the hood and all you just see is shadow where his eyes are.
Where he turns into the guy from Disturbed.
Into the background boxing music. You're getting ready to go to that song.
Lucar's getting real hyped up about that idea.
About his idea?
He's like,
Shadowboxing a little bit.
yeah, I need, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't formally introduce myself. My name is Dandy. I am Otar's manager. He is a champion of pits. So the outfit he wears needs to resemble some flair, something that the audience will enjoy, but it is also cheap to be able to cosplay for the children.
Ah, well, ostentation is my middle name.
Oh, I guess.
I can certainly have something made up for you. Where do you want the gem to go?
If you can, the hood I need. Put the gem on the center of the hood so that way when he pulls it up, the center gem is there and just glows when he gets ready for his combats.
Now, I've worked with Avet a long time. The gem should be somewhere where it won't get hit.
Lucar's like, that's a bad spot then.
But Otar doesn't get it. Isn't that right? Otar does the hitting.
Bro, you walked into a freaking doorway.
Actually doing your damn thing. It's only when you go into a rage because it'll up your AC and everything. But that's just design, Danny.
Well, you are the client. If you want it on your hood, I will.
You know what? You bring up a good point. On the back, making insomnia of an Otar, sword out.
Draw my sword.
Okay.
The monophone you just got.
Uh-huh.
It has special, like, a figure and everything to it, right?
Yeah.
This sword figure, paint it, draw it, however, put it on the back of the shirt and make the gem at the center of the hilt. That.
It's like above the handle, right? Or is it the bottom?
It's the gem.
Oh. Okay.
No, I was thinking of the center of the cross. Yeah.
Okay.
Eye of Sauron. Center of the
Yeah.
That could certainly be done.
And that way when we get the gem will fit perfectly on that thing. And because it's on your back, you don't have to worry about visual first from the press.
I'll start talking about this. I'll start trying to ask if we can. He's like super fired up about it.
Okay.
And he's like, can we put flames behind the sword?
Not only behind the sword, we can make it where the coattails. If you can't, cut up the bottom of the coattails so it's not like a flat top, but it's like a spike so that when he moves and ducks and weaves, it looks like flames at the bottom
Am
of
I
the coat.
able to, in a demonstration way, and I haven't fully read how the sword works,
Okay.
am I able to ignite it for
It's
a moment
been as night, so he has
so that they can
a
see
suit
that?
to it.
Is that a feasible thing?
If I'm not mistaken, it's at will. So yes.
Okay. I wasn't sure if there was like a duration incorporated with it or anything.
It's a huge flame.
Does he just have a flame tongue? So...
Yeah, they give me fire. Horrible idea.
This is the
And it will ignite things. So it's based, yeah.
See, I'm like, oh yeah, he's buffing us up.
Oh no, he's buffing us up.
The sausage
I'm gonna-
demon thought,
I'm gonna
When you get to the
ignite it
boss fight,
so that they can see
and you can
from-
finally sell all of your gear and buy potions.
Yeah, we wanted to play what the fuck?
Yeah, it's the first time you've seen it happen.
Like, oh, jeez.
That was quite an impressive sword.
Yeah. Put the flame that you saw, make it on the coattail and everything, and make it where it's not a flat coattail, but cut it up in like ribbon-esque, so the flames, when he fights and moves, it'll look like the bottom is on fire itself.
Like ribbons.
Not, we want it part of the coat, not like detachable, but yes, essentially a more flame figured-esque ribbons, like semi-curved shapes on the coattail.
Okay.
I
Is
want
that
this
what
man
you
to
want,
look
sir?
like a Hashirama at the end.
How much would that be?
Well, let me take some measurements and figure out how much material we're talking. Service fee is just 5 gold, and then materials afterwards.
Okay.
She starts taking some time to measure you out, and for you, Dandy,
Oh, I'm good. I was tracked here by my client.
I see. She finishes measuring you out and goes over to a drawing table, and as she like sits down and looks, and then she like looks up. And what about for her? She the dragon. She would look fantastic in a cute little suit.
I look at Chitu. Is there any like cartoonish look at me like, don't you dare?
I mean, it doesn't really speak common, so it's just like, why is this human looking at me? Or not human, but like.
I'm back to the orc selling the language close suit. Cheetah dragon.
I think it would be beast. Another one of my spells that I do have is animal like
Feed it the common language loaf.
I don't
It
have
can
that,
speak
but that would
common.
be interesting. That would be very interesting.
That would be very interesting.
You know what? I pulled out one slice of my infernal meat.
Okay.
Scare her.
Actually, make an animal handling check real quick.
You know?
So you both eat infernal, so you both.
Oh, that's a 7.
2 points as it bites down on your hand.
Okay. Yep. Excitement. I just added like excitement.
Otar's like backseating his beauty
I
pet.
I immediately turn to her. This is an experiment. How do you feel?
I'm still hungry.
Is that an infernal?
Yeah.
No more sound like us. This is when this chief.
You hear, like, the gnomish one was like,
And if I remember correctly.
what? Did it just talk?
No.
Oh, I thought you took a bite too.
No, I just gave it to him.
Oh, okay.
Slice. And I was like, show me how it works. And yeah.
I mean, the honors. That's true. It was just an honor.
So, okay. Yes, my teacher spoke. Yes, it is from a magic spell that I have now. No, I have no idea what he just said.
Okay.
There's a reason why I picked Infernal.
And it wasn't to talk to your animal.
It was not. It was meant, like, if we're out of game right now, it's meant for intimidation.
Yeah.
The comment of Infernal sounds like you're threatening someone.
It's like German.
Yeah, you can ask for the table saw and go,
Yeah.
It's a good intimidation tactic.
I love those all those like comparisons with like other languages and German, where it's just like, oh, like ambulance, ambulance,
Krankenwagen!
So she's like now weirded out that your cheetah dragon just spoke.
This lasts for a minute. Or wait, no, it's a whole.
You took the whole slice, so it's 15 minutes.
15 minutes, yeah.
So she's kind of sketching out the cloak.
You make the collars on these.
Collars?
a collar is just a small bit.
Yeah.
I'm not there, sorry, but I'm just saying.
I certainly could make a collar, yes.
The secret measuring
You would make a skinny.
It's a little rope, yeah.
Yeah, I'll measure, although I guess you two fit the size and back to where I need this long. Nice belt. Comfortable. If you can, I need you to make it a blend of my outfit. I still have my like silverish cloak on with the orange of my hair.
Mhm.
A little blend of both if you can.
Okay.
Make that into a little leather collar.
Absolutely. I could probably have that done with some scraps. It's very small. I would just cost you the 5 gold.
That's fine.
She finishes drawing out the cloak. It's got the hood. The back has it's going to be different layers of stitching, but it'll be the sword that has a socket for the gem, and the bottom of it is kind of like thickly frayed. To
I'm imagining like a jean jacket at this point.
I'm full on like if you ever see Matt Mercer, I'm thinking one of I don't know what they're called. They're not called like V vests or whatever. It's like that vest thing that he wears that he enjoys to wear. But I'm thinking like the Hashirama fire from Demon Slayer.
Gotcha.
Coloring for fire on the bottom.
I mean, this is mostly just flavor text. So, I mean, whatever you
Yeah.
want it to look like, she shows it to you. And she's like, combination of these colors of whatever frick you want. I can have it crafted by tomorrow. It would cost you 20 gold.
30 gold total for everything. I'm sorry.
That was 25 gold for everything.
30 gold for everything. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Does the shopkeeper say anything?
No. Because, like, you're her manager, so...
That's what I said when I... Yep.
So she's like, yeah, 30 for the collar and 25 for the... Yeah.
Wait, what? How much for the collar?
It was 5 gold for the
Okay.
collar.
You just said
It's
30
backwards.
for the collar.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it was like the collar and the
Yeah.
Otar's cape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otar's gonna do it.
Okay.
No case.
Well, you know. Restrictions.
Well, unlike your cape is not wrapped around his neck.
Okay, it's more like a duster that has like tassels.
Stop the man, 1920
Otar's gonna do it.
Okay.
Suck the do it.
So, yeah, 30 gold. Okay. Come back about this time tomorrow, and I should have them both completed.
Otar, just so you know, 21 for perception. He's gonna look at Kennedy and go, "You're welcome."
Perception is insight.
Well,
Perception
So, I
is
rolled
knowing
an
your
18.
surroundings.
I rolled an 18.
Insight, you want to make a deception check? I'll make that offer. I'll do it.
I'll just
Fine.
Fine.
I am your manager. I know what I'm doing. It's best for you.
Okay, well, while you guys decide on how that's going, what are the other three of you guys doing?
12.
I still have some magical supplies.
Okay.
You like the wet going down my face and give you a serious look like
Okay.
I know what I want.
Okay.
both like
But a
confused
quick
at each
question.
other.
My new shield has like gems on it. I'm gonna ask the guy, is it possible to take one of these off and make a socket slot? Or would that ruin this item?
May I see it?
Sure, I'll take it off and hand it to him.
You hand it to him. You watch as it begins to shimmer. He kind of like pulls it back in a weird awe, and you watch as the whole shield turns into one.
One big gem.
It's one big gem, but it's prismatic. Every way that you look at it is a different color.
It's a magical shield that just changes its lightness to whoever holds it.
It is quite beautiful.
It is. But you saw before how there's like gems in it. And it's magical, I figured. You might be able to hold up to one of these things. But I don't know if doing that would ruin the magic.
You watch as a spark of blue hits his eyes. I don't think I would be able to do that.
Oh, no.
It would hurt it.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I'll pull out my other crow's beak.
Okay.
My normal one with
Yep.
red gem. And say, if I bought 2 gems, can you install 2? Because this one also has a socket. There's just like in here.
Your necklace also has a socket.
That gives me, that's the 10 HP per day thing. That, and that ability is from the gem in. Okay.
Yeah. Because Cedric's does something totally different.
Right, okay. Shoot.
Decisions.
Well, that HP I get is normally just like, it's a 1d10 HP, right?
Yeah.
I was thinking of getting all 3 of them, and if my shield could get shield, I could just have a +5 reaction up to 3 times sort of thing, but
But if you
if you
put shield onto your crow's beak, while you can two-hand it plus with your +5 reactionary.
Shields.
So put shield in
Shield on your shield.
Right.
Shield on your shield.
And then you could even put another shield on your necklace.
I don't think I would put 2 shields, but like if I had, so my thought process is my silver one could have protection from good and evil. So, because it's silver, so I'd be using that against like
Everything.
monsters, vampire, like that thing, and protection from good and evil fits with that. I could put hex on my normal one because it's just damage, and my normal one I can just, when fighting other beasties or people or whatever, can use that one. And then if I could put shield on my necklace, and then I wouldn't even need to be building my shield.
Well, I've given him more to think about.
I will. The shield +5 will help me save health more than I'll get from the 10 HP.
Yeah.
Even though this is like helm and whatnot, I'm probably gonna buy all 3. Because I have 500 gold, but I also have 30 platinum. So I have 833 gold. I think that can buy all three of them. Because protection.
It was
Evil and
200,
Hex
250, and
500.
300, or was it 250, and 350?
I think it was two. Was one of them 350? I thought protection from good and evil and hex were both 250.
Was one of. Were they all first level spells?
Yeah, they're all first level.
I think some of them are concentration.
Oh wait, no.
Protection from
Hex
evil
was necromancy, so that one was 300.
Hex was necromancy.
It's concentration and necromancy.
No, Hex is not. It's
Hex is enchantment.
Oh.
I have in front of me, but
I
Maybe-
will
maybe
do
the
my
350
best
was
to solve all of these connection issues before I go live again.
Fuck, I don't remember.
No, for the Rift spell, it's 500 piece.
Okay.
But again, for anything that you guys are missing, I will be posting this whole video on onto the YouTube in a few days.
We discovered
Um,
gem socketing. And we're
obviously
like,
part one will come
oh,
before
the
part two.
Augmentation in D&D. What?
We have a reason to spend our money.
No, you cannot have a Thanos glove. You can have one per glove. Oh, okay.
But the recording shouldn't have all of these connection issues since it's just recording off of, well, my video and my screen capture, so that should be
Okay. So,
easy enough.
shield. Well, so wait,
Shield and hex have 3 times a day. Protection good and evil have 1 time.
Because I don't think it's Streamlabs having it. I don't think
Okay.
it's. I don't know.
Base first level spell was 200 gold. Concentration
As 50.
as 50. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. I can't remember what the other thing was. There was something else that made it over 250. So concentration adds another 50. But you can do the 3 times a day at the 200. So
Shield. No, protection from good and evil.
you'd be looking at $700 total, or 700 gold total for all 3, or for one of each.
So, I have 100 gold left.
What are you putting all 3 of them in? Because the shield's not socketed.
Right. I'll put the shield stone in my necklace.
Okay.
So I just always have that.
Okay.
Hex into old crow's beak. Protection from good and evil into crow's beak.
Okay. What do you want to do with uncanny dodge?
Will he buy it?
Yeah. So he will take.
Or does someone want to have uncanny dodge? I might want to keep those.
Okay.
I can
So
sell the 10 HP one, but
he'll sell you for 5 gold. He'll sell you a box to keep it protected. Or he explains to you that it's a half-baked gem. It was not one of his creation.
right.
He offers you a uncanny dodge that includes magical damage.
You want to trade? Or
No. Yeah. But he offers you 50 gold for that one.
See. Oh, he offers me 50 gold for.
Your half-baked gem.
Oh. How much would it be to buy the magic? The magic. Okay,
That's a 3rd level feat. Right?
Uncanny dodge is actually you get it at 5th level.
Oh, at 5th level.
Yeah, it's a 5th level.
Because
There it
feats work
goes
differently
again.
than spells. Would be.
I only have 100 gold. If
Uh,
it turns with 100 gold, I can't do it.
It would be 300.
Yeah, no.
But he did offer you a box for.
Five gold each bit.
Yep.
Or you can just sell them to
Would-
come back later.
Right. Would someone eventually want an uncanny dodge.
That will protect you from only physical damage, not... It only halves the damage. And does not include magical damage.
No, I'll sell it for 50.
Okay.
So 150 gold. And I have the 3 bits. Which is going to be 6.
Okay.
Okay.
So Revelor is gonna go to the ritual casting, or the ritual supply store. TJ, where did you want to go? Did you want to go anywhere?
Oh, I've been at the gem shop the whole time.
Yeah.
I also do need to go across the street and talk to... Can archers wear bracers?
Yeah. And everyone can wear bracers.
There are
I need to see about getting... There's a couple gems I'm wondering if the guy has.
Okay.
And then I need to see about getting some bracers made that would fit one of the gems.
Sure.
So, does he have a Shield of Faith gem?
Yes. What level is that? Level, school, and if it's concentration.
Shield of Faith is a level 1 abjuration concentration.
So it would be 250 gold for Shield of Faith.
Okay. Writing all of this down so I actually remember.
What you do to get like a healing word or something like that? Put it on his bow and shoot people that heal him.
Healing arrows.
Healing arrows. And it just like evaporates and then hurt people.
Yeah. It's just a trank dart syringe with medicine in it.
Does extra damage, bonus damage.
So I was trying to find different weapon enchantments, just seeing what I could find. And there's one called Certain Death. It prevent let me
And make sure it stays that.
Oh,
it,
spare the die.
when you damage a creature with an attack using this magic weapon, the target can't regain hit points until the start of your next turn.
No heals for that.
Interesting.
Yes. And since we're fighting vampires, there's the link to the weapon that I found. They just call it a weapon of certain death because it could be anything. But is there a gem enchantment for certain death?
Where did you send that?
General.
Or general chat?
Right below my ears.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Looks like I tabbed out again to
He would not
check something out.
have something like that. Most of the things that he has are basically things that are stolen from like features, like racial features, spells. Pretty much any spell he can get his hands on. And then like common things he can get, you know, like deals 1d6 fire damage, plus 1 to AC, you know, the super, that type of basic stuff he can make a gem for. That one's a little different.
Okay. Does he have a daylight gem?
Daylight, that was a 3rd level spell?
3rd level evocation.
Is it concentration?
Duration 1 hour does not say anything about concentration.
Okay. Yeah. So third level, that would be 2, 3, 4. That would be 400 gold.
Okay.
And for something like that, it would be like a once per day.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Nothing. I'm just
What
going to
the fate
corner in
end
the
up?
pit with all these gems and wait fail.
Well, now you're kind of broke.
If I'm gonna be completely broke. But if I go to the pits, we play out and I'm Connor's gonna get busted.
Wait, are you actually gonna try and steal something?
No, he's saying like he thinks he's overpowered.
No, like he's because I just have so much more freedom now with my own spell slots because of these.
Yeah.
Like, which is exactly what I wanted. I wanted to be able to do more powerful.
Yep.
So
What would my allotment be for Shield of Faith?
Shield of Faith. That was, I think that was 250. That was first level concentration.
Third Shield of Faith, yes. First level concentration.
Yeah, so that'd be 250.
Okay, and then what's the allotment of it? Is it constant? Here's what I was thinking is Shield of Faith, put it on the bracers, and then the daylight gem for my bow.
Oh, okay, I understand. So bonus action, concentration up to 10 minutes. Isn't that what you just got, or you just got shield?
I think Shield of Faith is
Different.
plus 2 AC for long time.
Yeah.
Plus 5 for.
Okay.
Shield is also a reaction, where Shield of Faith is a concentration.
Yeah. Shield of Faith, you could do once per short rest.
What I'm thinking is, well, obviously I need to figure out how much the bracers would cost, but I'm thinking about getting both of those. So,
Okay.
I also need to go, actually that'd be just a question for him. Avet, can you teach me how to change gems? I'm proficient with jeweler's tools, but the technique to do it. Can you teach me how?
I could take the time and show you the way how. However,
I'll be the only person I'd be buying the gems from. In combat, certain gems may not have the advantages that others may.
yes. You see, this takes a while to attune the gem to the material. Just the ring that you saw me putting together took me 3 hours. With combination of my steady hands and a few decades worth of arcane knowledge, with the help of my zone of dispel magic, is still a dangerous art. I could teach you, but dangerous nevertheless.
Yes.
In plain terms, like, he could teach you the art of learning how to do it. But he's trying to explain that if you try to do it without the Dispel Magic Zone, you would have to roll really high to not damage the stone, not damage the weapon, or not damage yourself. And then it would probably take a couple hours.
Yeah, I'm definitely thinking like as part of my turn
Yeah.
in combat. It'd be something where towards the end of the day, you know, as I'm sitting down for a long rest or something.
Yeah. But like, yeah. So you'd either have to, you know, buy these concentration stones, and have dispel magic put into them, to kind of create like a safe zone. And then the DC roll is going to be a combination of acrobatics, arcana, and since you are proficient in jewelry, would include your proficiency bonus.
Okay. And for me, like acrobatics is super easy. I have a +8.
Sure.
I have an expertise in acrobatics, so.
Right. But that DC is going. I mean, that's what the DC is there for. It's going to be kind of high. And again, could damage the gem or could damage your weapon.
Yes.
Okay.
Be right back, friends.
But yeah, he explains. For 50 gold fee, he will teach you the art of
Gem summoning.
Yep.
And how much is it for to get the gems that you have for the dampening field? How much would that cost?
So, oh, this thing got minimized. Oops. Okay, so those are, what level is Dispel Magic?
I know that one off the top of my head because I'm waiting.
Okay. So Dispel Magic would be a 3rd level spell.
3-level abjuration.
Okay.
See, I think Counterspell and Dispel Magic come online at the same time when we cast 3rd level.
So he pulls out a very clear purple gem with golden diodes. These are 750 gold each. Of course, you would need to find someone who can use the spell to put it in.
Okay. And you say that you read through for creating the proper field?
I'm sorry, I kind of cut out for a second. What'd you say?
Avet recommends or uses 3 to create a stable field.
Yeah. Yeah, because Dispel Magic in itself is not like a concentration spell or whatever, but he's found a way to basically create a zone of no magicness.
Okay.
Using the stones, because I'm God and I said so.
That's how most of this works.
I don't think there's a spell that does like a no magic zone.
Anti-magic field.
Yeah.
There is a spell that does that as a 8th level.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
It's called anti-magic field.
Oh. Yeah, I've never gotten that far in any of my games, so I didn't know.
That's how Persis got free of the undead, is because these alchemist chicks made the magic field, and then they could
Interesting.
right.
Okay. So if you ever find anyone with an 8th level spell...
I'm pretty sure it's it.
Yeah, I don't know.
For right now, just the shield may take one for me, but first I need to go and actually get the bracers made so that I can have it fit.
Okay.
It is 8th level.
So that'll be my next stop, is I'm going to go across the street and get some new bracers made.
Okay. Before you go across the street, because I know Ryan will have to leave here soon, since we're all just kind of shopping, like I'm not going to stop anyone until, like, something really happens. So we'll kind of keep playing after you leave. Is there anything else that you want to look for, spend money on?
I kind of wanted to maybe repurchase my gem and stuff like that if you let me.
Okay.
Since I've been database.
Sure. Yeah, like, because we could totally put that into the roleplay.
Can I sell my gems here? That I want glory. Looks like take it.
I mean, yeah, they'll take it as partial payment. Like, they're not gonna, like, buy it from you. They don't deal with that.
Yeah, not selling worth of stuff here.
Yeah.
I also wanted to go just sell my my little greatsword.
Okay.
Just to have my
Okay.
You're not Skyrim it and just keep stocking up weapons.
No.
Okay, yeah, you can, I don't even remember how much a greatsword costed.
50 gold.
Okay. Yeah, you can sell your greatsword for 25 gold.
There it goes again.
Okay. So you can sell your greatsword for 25 gold. And then what's...
According to D&D Beyond, a regular greatsword is 50.
Yes, but it's a used great sword, so therefore discount.
Yeah, depending on, I mean, most blacksmiths would melt it down, craft it into something new, and refine it. Some blacksmiths will just sharpen it and sell it as new. And then what gem did you want to purchase? Was it the shield? So Shield of Faith is +2 for 10 minutes, +5, but only for a reaction. So you basically just block whatever's about to hit you. You can do that 3 times per long rest. While Shield of Faith is you use it once for 10 minutes, and it resets every short rest.
Well, it depends on how you use it. So, if shield is good, it's because you're already in the rage effect, and because you use it crystal, you worry about concentration.
Right.
Common is shield for like big boss hits compared to like little minions. I'm gonna hit you. You shield the big boss to cool. Big boss comes to hit you compared to big boss comes to hit you when you shield, and then.
Yeah, it basically, like, one's going to work best for that one-on-one big boss fight, the other's going to work best for when something has a lot of DPI, or DPS.
But your rage effect can help nullify the damage anyway.
That is also true.
So I will go for. We'll go for shield.
Okay.
Boss fights are very good in the first place.
Okay. That one was 200? Shield?
Yes.
Yeah.
Does
Okay.
that count the labor cost?
Yes. Yes, it does. You buy a gem from him, he installs it for free.
Okay.
So,
And then I'm also, as your friend / manager, asking also to get a revivify gem. Yeah, 5 there.
Oh, I added 2
he would sell you the Revivify if you gave him the 500 gold, or the 500 of jewelry plus 50 gold.
Plus 50. But it's 500 gold without the jewelry thing.
Well, I'll pay the 50 gold.
I mean,
But like, yeah, if you find like a broker or even the jewelry maker, which you guys had passed, then you could sell it for face value.
It's like 2 doors down, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, so you guys go next door and you sell your jewelry for 500 gold. There you go.
And then come back and just like straight up 500 gold, no extra, because of the revivify gem. And I had asked the leather makers of the
Okay. To make the gloves is
There goes
10
the
gold.
Twitch stream again.
Have the gloves made. And each one is socketed. And you put the Revivify in one of them.
And the gloves, fingerless gloves.
Okay.
On the top side, though, there is a small wrap at the top.
Okay.
However, at the very center of the palm, it's cut out so you can actually see the hand.
Oh, okay.
We'll tell you exactly when I draw
It's like a finger thong. All
Not
like
none of that.
like all ass.
I will not
Yeah.
do that.
Okay.
You have the
Just
hand equivalent
all
of assless
let's-
chaps.
Yeah. That's
So we'll say, did you want to pay for him to teach you how to install the gems?
Yes, and I'm going to buy the Shield of Faith gem.
Okay. And that one, that was
So I'm paying him 300 total.
okay.
And it was 250 for the Shield of Faith gem, and then 50 for the teaching.
Okay. And then 5 gold for a box to hold Hunter's Mark, or do you want to buy the box? Oh wait, no, you're putting it in your bracers.
Yes, I'm gonna.
Gotcha.
I need to go get bracers built, but yes.
Okay. You go next door, you see the same person. These guys are at the jewelry maker by now. You go and get measured out leather bracers, just, you know, something to protect your forearm, anything special.
On the left bracer, right about here, is where the gem pocket's gonna be.
Okay.
So that it's not in the way of my bowstring, because obviously I'm left-handed. So it's always right here.
Gotcha. Okay. You spend 25 gold to get the bracers made. Is one just one socketed, or do you want both of them?
For my followers on Twitch, I'm super sorry. I really hope it's working better on your end than it
You know
is on
what?
mine.
25 gold for one, 30 gold for two.
2 Shields of Faith. Can I do 2 Shields of Faith and have one in each? Or
You couldn't. I won't allow you to do both of them at the same time.
no, I wouldn't pop them both at the
Okay.
same time. But it's just
But you'd have 2 charges per short rest.
yes.
Okay. So yeah, go ahead and mark off.
275.
So 30 gold.
Bracers, 250 for the second gem.
30 gold for the bracers for having both socketed,
Okay.
and then an additional 250 gold for the second Shield of Faith.
Okay.
And touch arm, anything special?
On the left bracer, right about here,
Uh-huh.
is where the gem pocket's going to be.
Okay.
So that it's not in the way of my bowstring, because obviously I'm left-handed. So it's always right here.
Gotcha. Okay. You spend 25 gold to get the bracers made.
Okay.
Is one just one socketed, or do you want both of them?
You know what?
25 gold for one, 30 gold for two.
2 Shields of Faith. Can I do 2 Shields of Faith and have one in each? Or
You couldn't. I won't allow you to do both of them at the same time.
no, I wouldn't pop them both at the
Okay.
same time. But it's just
But you'd have 2 charges per short rest.
yes.
Okay. So yeah, go ahead and mark off.
275.
So 30 gold.
Bracers, 250 for the second gem.
30 gold for the bracers for having both socketed,
Okay.
and then an additional 250 gold for the second Shield of Faith.
Okay.
And he takes some time and teaches you to install both of them on your bracers. And then with Otar and Dandy's permission, he also teaches you on their new clothing items as well, on how to install them.
I won't get mine for the next day.
Yeah, but I have a feeling that we might go to the next day for you to get them. I'm not going to make you guys go back and fetch them. And
If that's the case, long-term goals.
Okay.
If I'm on, you guys are playing, I'm leaving my carriage back.
Yeah.
And then I'll Those
Okay.
were my 2 goals for this session.
Okay. No problem.
Yeah. And Connor and I both are wanting to get our horses back, and I'm sure Red Lord wants to get his too.
Yeah,
Yep.
so it'll take most of the day, but we can go back somehow, rent a horse, walk. We go back, get the horse. We need to sell the flowers.
Yes.
Because I need money. I'm broke now.
So
Taking donations.
What's that like?
So another question. The chest I saw him pull out in the open.
Looks like an average chest every day.
Yep.
So, but that's not the same chest that was the horse chest. He dumped the money out of that chest and left that chest, right?
you don't know.
I'm asking out of character.
Uh,
Because I was helping to like calm down the crowds and I talked to the people. I don't remember, but I might have like been described a box so I can look for it. I might know what it looks like.
It looks like an average chest. He did not replace them. Out of character.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I asked that when I saw him in the alley, and we saw, when we paid them the gold for the horse race, we saw them put it in the chest.
Yeah.
So we've seen the
You
chest.
saw the chest.
Yeah. You saw it, but it was nothing special. It was just a chest.
It's a chest.
Yeah, it was locked and had a lock and key and.
Same chest.
Yeah.
Amazing chest.
The amazing chest of dandy.
Anybody else play Dark Souls?
It's a family
That was one of the like
heirloom.
people that heard that in front of a woman.
The chest.
Really? Come on.
Andy, considering you talked about your family still being alive, you have a lot of their heirlooms.
Or Elden Ring in front of every
Part of the business.
Dog.
Okay. So Revelor,
Yes.
you find your way over to Kuldu's supplies. As you walk in, there is a uncomfortable humidity. The whole room is dark. It is lit by candles. And with your dark vision, you see fairly well. But as you begin like looking around and looking for a shopkeeper, you see a all black, cloaked, hooded figure turn around with a big crow's mask, like Plague Doctor. Goes, "Oh, hold your breath," and like grabs these like glass tops and starts like topping platters that are on his desk. And you're looking at them, and they're like, it's weird funguses and different plants. And then you see, like, on the side, like, it looks like he's crafting, like, some sort of acid. And, like, he starts doing that, and then he, like, goes like this, and you hear, like, a window from the side that was blacked out open,
Right.
and there's like, a gust of wind. Just gets, like, blown out the window. Takes his mask off. And you see a kind of filthy looking human, takes the cloak off and everything. Welcome. How can I help you?
Yes.
There we go again.
For, ritual supplies.
Ooh. For what type of rituals?
Well, that's the thing. I need, firstly, I need some inks in order to describe rituals in my book.
Okay.
And I was hoping maybe to look for maybe an augury ritual and perhaps some some of the like specially marked tokens which to cast a spell. Or minimum 25. And perhaps maybe
Okay.
something like that.
I don't have any scrolls that I can sell you, but sorry, I'm doing the wrong voice. This guy is much creepier. Sorry. Doing my best with my accents today. I'm trying.
It was a struggle. Talks about that.
Oh, I have none of them written down. I'm just like, this guy seems kind of good.
I talked about that a
yeah,
bit in the
dirty,
first
dank.
episode. I did a voice for a woman, halfling who sold Dandy the bag of colding, and like it was just like a lot of secondhand embarrassment of just trying to do voices. Has never been like my strong suit. There's always been that like level of like anxiety, and these are all friends. There's nothing to be anxious about, but like you can't help it because that's what anxiety is. And it was just kind of really funny going back and watching that. Was it was yeah secondhand embarrassment. It was kind of funny.
Human.
I mean, aren't they all?
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
I get to be racist.
Yeah. If you're looking for scrolls, I would recommend talking to Lashir. He has a calligraphy shop on the other side of the pit. As for components, I can certainly help you. I have whatever those tokens that you're talking about are, as well as many other mystical components.
Check. Right. I'm anything that has like a cost.
Oh, I thought you were looking for a scroll for detect magic.
No, I was just because I'm looking through the material. Oh, there's a material cost. But I figured while I'm here, if there's a material component that has a gold,
Sure.
There goes Twitch again.
Yeah, augury is the one.
I already had to just completely end the stream on YouTube.
Essentially, it's like I basically say, hey, we're about to do this. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it both? Is it neither?
What is it?
And
So
so,
augury is basically
You're trying to find an answer from the gods.
Look at that cute little
Oh
frog.
and
man.
so I basically say I get to obtain an omen about the results of an action that I take in the next half hour. And it's basically just you give me like a good, bad, a little of both, or neither.
Okay.
And it's like
Sure.
And you don't have to be it's like not descriptive or anything. It's a good action, bad action.
Okay. What's the components on that?
So it's especially marked sticks, bones, or similar tokens with at least 25 gold pieces. So I imagine it's like it's like a I don't remember the name of the film now. Anyway, but it's like kind of like casting rune covers like runes for like to like see if you get like good or bad.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. He has some. I'm gonna call them charms.
Sure.
He has various pouches of charms, varying from 25 gold to 100 gold.
I'll pick up some like kind of middle range sort of thing.
Sure.
Nice looking, not completely shoddy, but not like
Okay. Yeah.
for that. And then so my ink that I need when I transcribe rituals, I need 2 hours and 50 gold pieces per level, which is 50 gold pieces of ink, I guess. I assume that's with them. Since it just says 50 gold pieces for the rare piece to describe it. So, 50 common levels.
So, and for that, he's gonna refer you to Lashir's calligraphy shop.
That's for sure.
Little kitty.
Then,
Welcome back.
Thanks for coming over today, buddy.
Sorry for the connection issues. I appreciate your...
Yeah. Nice having you over here.
I appreciate your gumption to
When we
hold
play
through the
next,
connection issues.
I imagine somebody wants to fight in the pit. So, I don't think we're gonna get to that today. So, I don't know that you're gonna be able to fight in the pit, but could be a little more interesting for you.
The boss man said you're not gonna fight. I'm going to fight. I'm going to fight you.
Have a good time.
The announcer's like saying some other guy's name over comes out, like pushing that guy back into the cage. They're like, I guess it's Sodar.
Okay. Yeah, and the shop is really intricate or interesting, because while it's dark and musky, there's a lot of weird things. Like you see vials of like different like tufts of fur. You see vials that just have like just a single like thread of silver or gold. Some look like they just have like small bits of different like sand or grit and and they're shiny. There's like shrunken heads like hanging down, and there's various creepy bits and baubles everywhere. Just like old bone yellow is just the best way that I could describe just the overall feeling of the shop. Yeah, a jar of hand. The eyeballs.
Quick question.
Yeah.
For the gems in my proceeds, I need to be turned in order to use the gems. Like I did the first one.
You put hex and
Protection for Good and Evil in the
I don't remember what protection from good and evil does.
Disadvantage from evil things, aberrations, fey fiends, undeads. You have a disadvantage on attacking me. Or whoever this gem on this can be.
Hex, no. That one, yes.
Okay.
Because in like if this was like real world application, the way that I would foresee it is that it gives you kind of like a dexterous edge to block attacks, not necessarily just miss them.
Right.
So, who was that? Oh, I thought it was Grant because he like made a face.
For some reason, that one piece of pizza and this Mountain Dew have been rioting in my stomach.
Maybe it's just the Mountain Dew, because like same thing happened to you when you had frickin'.
Carbonation.
Yeah, I had two sodas last
Going
night.
down,
Was fun.
Oh, okay. So it's just my house.
Yeah.
You had Wendy's last time, and you had like the fucking worst shits.
Maybe.
Well, I mean, it was
It was just eating here.
When it's not Marina food.
Yeah, it's not right. Right. Okay. So.
Yeah. So protection from good and evil, I would say two-handed.
Okay. So then, if I can get plate mail, pretty much no matter what, then I'm going to be having total ice. This is gonna be so much fun. I'm just imagining like the different combos of things I can do.
And what I definitely don't what I definitely don't want to creep into your DM minds is the last time you gave your parties a bunch of gold to spend on a bunch of whatever they wanted. What were you planning?
No. But I'm gonna go fight in the pits and have some fun.
Yep.
Before I get steamrolled by some BS guy who comes in, he's like
Yep.
level 15. But I'm gonna have him.
Or maybe the guy in the pit is level 15. You don't know.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe I'll be there.
So.
Walks out of this over I'm like, oh, come on.
All right. So let's keep this moving. Did you PM that me? Oh no. Can I tell him? I've made the joke to him. Sad plate mail noises.
Next save.
Yep. Okay. So you go over to Lashir's and you think of like Harry Potter where he has like bookshelves of like stacks of like little cases for wands.
Right.
Same thing, but like scrolls and parchment everywhere.
Sure.
There's like a few barrels with taps on them. And next to him is a crate full of small vials and medium vials and slightly larger vials. And the sign is like, labels for like different types of inks, varying in prices and specialties. And it's anywhere between common writing inks all the way to like tattoo inks. Handfuls of colors, and last year's like an older gentleman, like graying hair.
I'm imagining the guy in the one shot that Harry Potter.
Oh, actually, yeah. I didn't think about the character that's in there. Yeah, same exact thing. Interesting. I totally did not intend that.
And of course I muted myself again. What a day to be streaming. So we're about 2 hours, maybe a little less, into this part 2 of into episode 4, and I'm gonna end it a little early. A lot of technical difficulties today that I'm not sure what's going on. I'm going to have to play with a lot of settings to figure that out. For those of you that try to stick through the streams, I greatly appreciate you. For the things that you probably missed due to these issues, in due time I will have this video posted onto YouTube. And then I'll share it on my Facebook and on Twitter and all the places. But yeah, we ended up turning off the stream a while ago for YouTube because they just had a blank green screen. It looks like Twitch just reset again. So, I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to end this stream early and see what I can figure out. Might just have to use a different software for the streaming, or just go back to only streaming on Twitch. We'll see. I really wanted to take advantage of the opportunity to stream on multiple platforms, and just get a handful of new followers and stuff like that, and just show everyone, my friends and family on Facebook and stuff like that, like what this is and what it's about, and just try to reach out as far as I can. But this is about the extent that we're going to be able to do today. So I appreciate you guys either stopping by or trying to sit through this whole thing. Don't forget, you can check out our YouTube, 6D6, or www.youtube.com/@6D6, spelled out SIXDSIX. My Facebook, Twitter, under 66, Damien, all that fun stuff. But I will be going live again here in the next day or two. Again, thank you guys so much for stopping by, hanging out, and I will see you guys around the table. Bye.